Hi guys, it's me, Brian here. I wanted to intro this clip before the start of the video just because I know this video is like about a month late. I've been promising this video on like Twitter and Instagram for like about a month now, and I'm sorry. Life got in the way as per usual, you know. I always have an excuse for my absence from YouTube because I don't like responsibility. I don't like keeping things up, but you know, whatever. I don't care. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know there's a lot of weird dates in there and stuff. This video took about a month to make just because a lot of issues. And yeah, so hopefully you enjoy watching me try to switch to Android because it was a mess, like this whole video. Anyways, I hope you guys have a good day. Continue watching or don't. Hi guys, it's me Brian here. I thought I was gonna do a new intro, I guess I wasn't. I don't know, I never thought I'd be doing this video, but guess what? I need views, I need clap. But today's video, I'm going to be trying, and I say trying because I don't know if this is gonna work. Newsflash, it didn't. I'm gonna try to switch to... Wait, no. How do I unlock it? Try to switch to an Android phone.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine.
Yes, exactly. The Google freaking Pixel. Yes, I know. This is honestly insane. This is stupid. Why am I doing this? Let me explain first, okay? So, for all my smartphone life, I've always had iPhones. I've had an iPhone 4. I've had an iPhone 5C. I've had an iPhone 6. I've had an iPhone 8 Plus. And now I'm on my iPhone XR. I've had a bunch of iPhones for my entire iPhone phone existence, and I've loved them. I love this phone so much. I love the Apple ecosystem. I love it a lot. However, every time I'm on Twitter, I always diss Android. For some reason, because I fucking hate Android. I don't know, that's just my personal preference, but I've always had iPhones and I've always loved my iPhones. So I thought to myself, well, I might as well put money where my mouth is or something, and decided to trade this thing, one of these things, an Android phone. I've never had an Android phone. I've had Android tablets in the past. I've had a Barnes & Noble Nook, and I've had an Amazon Kindle Fire. I've had experience in Android. I used my mom's old Android before, never liked it. So I decided to go on eBay, try to find the cheapest Android phone that I can get. I found this the original Google Pixel for like $40 on eBay. Decided let's get it, see if I can try to switch to this for a week and prove to myself that I do not like Android at all because I never had experience with Android before. So I decided to get in the worst way Android in the worst way possible with a slightly broken Google Pixel. Oh my god. Experience Android in the worst way possible with Google Pixel. I set this thing up today and I put my Google account on here. I try to transfer things from this phone to this phone. I've been using it so far for the past couple hours and I don't hate it that much. But then again, I don't have my SIM card in here. I don't have iMessage turned off. This is my primary phone, so of course things are going to be a little bit different once this thing becomes my actual phone. Okay, so I just want to show you guys a little bit of a comparison between both the iPhone XR and the Google Pixel. Obviously, you know, with Android phones, a lot of this happened in the past couple years. So this, of course, is a 2016 phone versus a 2018 phone. So there's going to be, of course, differences, especially in the screen. Anyways, so you can see the screen difference. The screen is a lot bigger. There's a bigger screen to body ratio on here. Maybe I can zoom out just a tiny bit. As you can tell, there's a bigger screen on the iPhone XR 6.1 inch display versus just a 5-inch display right here on the Google Pixel. As you can tell, This screen is technically high resolution, and this screen is, of course, 1080p versus the 828p on the iPhone XR. Listen, I watch a lot of tech videos on YouTube. I know I sound like a crazy bitch that knows everything, but believe me, I don't know that much. So I'm just trying to make this video because I want to experience switching to Android because, yeah, I can do that. Okay, yeah, get it? All right. Alright, y'all, here it is. I have both the Google Pixel right here and the iPhone right there. So now I'm going to take the lovely SIM injection tool and perform surgery on them to get this soul inside this body. So let's do that really quickly. And then let's see if it activates. Oh, there it is. Ta-da. Okay, now I gotta go into iMessage. And that is the completion. So unfortunately we got some bad news. I was trying my hardest to activate my T-Mobile SIM card onto this Google Pixel. However, I did recently just switch carriers from Verizon to T-Mobile, so I don't think I'm going to be able to actually do any of these switching, until at least a month in. They lock it. Something, maybe T-Mobile is just not compatible on here. I looked it up, they technically are compatible. So, this challenge is going to have to go a little bit differently. What changes are going to happen, because I am going to still have to have piggyback on this phone, unfortunately. However, I can still try and use this as my main device, just have this as a hotspot, and if I have to make calls, I'll just use this. I don't know, we're going to try, I don't know, I'm just, this whole video is a mess now, I don't know, Google. As you may know, if you've watched other previous clips of the video, you would know that I couldn't get my T-Mobile SIM card to work on the Google Pixel. So I had to kind of rechange up the plan and what I was going to plan on doing for this video. I still have a lot of thoughts and opinions, and that's what this video is going to be about. So let's continue on and tell you about what I think about Android.
2,000 years later.
Hi guys. So it's been many days later. The challenge has been completed. I filmed the end of the challenge about, I think, a week ago. And I started editing it this week, and I realized how stupid and annoying and dumb the whole video was. I got to a point where I didn't even want to look at my face anymore because I was just so frustrated with the video and how it's going, and it was a whole entire mess. I was talking about a bunch of nonsense. 2 hours of footage of me just ranting about stuff that really doesn't matter and you guys wouldn't care about, which it was stupid. You do realize that's your whole entire channel, buddy. Yikes. It felt like it wasn't my YouTube video, I was doing someone else's YouTube video. Getting philosophical aside, I decided to scrap those like 2 hours of footage and I'm just gonna refilm it. I don't care. I stopped caring. Yeah. Yikes. Just kidding, I actually do care about audio quality, so that's why I have my freaking microphone right here, and the videos may look like kind of like shit, but honestly at this point, nobody really cares at this point. Anyways, so I do have a whole entire list of things I want to talk about here on my iPad. That's pretty much exactly from the actual video that I did film. It's not going to be as intuitive because, like, it was boring it's like me watching paint dry, you know? It's just going to be a chill-ass video, you know? Anyways, let's continue on. Yeah, shall we? Okay, so there are pros and cons to Android, of course. I'm going to talk about the pros first and then the cons. I'm just going to go quickly through these because they're not that really interesting. Cool multitasking. I did film a little multitasking kind of thing showing you guys about how I did my home screen and stuff like that. I'll insert that clip right here. On the home screen here, I just have some widgets, a weather and date thing widget. Then I have the Google search bar, and then I have Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Google Photos, and YouTube, along with a notes keeping sort of widget. And then I have messages, settings, calculator, phone, camera, Google Chrome, Messenger, Google Play, and Gmail. And on this screen I have my sort of to-do list or calendar of calendar events, and I have my Gmail, and then I have, of course, my Apple Music widget right there. And on this section I have my whole entire calendar for the month of July, and then I have text now because there's the only way I can text on this phone. Multitasking is really cool on here. Cool multitasking, cool widgets, and that's pretty cool. As you know, Android, you can pretty much customize everything on it, which I found really cool. However, I'm just not going to customize that much. I do have widgets. No, I do have widgets, like right here, you can tell. I do use these widgets a lot, but you know, I have an iPhone. It's kind of cool having like a whole page of widgets on here that I can interact with, but at the same time, it's like, does it really matter to me? Is it cool? I don't know. Multitasking's cool because you can have YouTube in picture-in-picture mode, and you can like drag that thing around wherever you want it to be. It's kind of like what I can do on my iPad already. However, on a phone screen, it's kind of cool, but at the same time, it's like this phone screen is like 5 inches. It's not that big. It doesn't really matter that much, you know. And of course, Google Assistant is way better than Siri. That's 100% a fact. Siri honestly sucks ass on the iPhone so much. She's just a lot better on here. Siri is just a dumbass fucking bitch. Like, let's do a test right now. How old is George Washington?
She is a dumbass fucking bitch.
Well, that was pretty much the same exact information on both of them. However, this was a lot quicker than this. So, I mean, that's kind of cool, I guess. How tall was he? Same exact thing. So, they're kind of on par on certain things. However, I'll show you where the limitations start to begin. How much is an iPhone 10?
Everything you need to know about iPhone 10 is
Available for $799. Some prices may be with contract or installment.
So on Siri, it says everything you need to know about the iPhone 10 is on Apple's website. However, on Google Assistant, it gives you a whole list of things of how to purchase an iPhone 10, what the reviews are and everything, which I find really kind of funny because this phone is made by Google and this phone is made by Apple, so why would this phone not give the same results? So now it's time to get into the cons of Android, because believe me, there's a ton of cons. First off, there's no iMessage, there's no AirDrop, and there's no FaceTime. These are the 3 things that I use pretty much every single day on my iPhone and in my Apple ecosystem. iMessage, I feel like is just the best messaging platform. Of course, you can add me in the comment section down below. I prefer iMessage so much better because there's so many different ways to communicate. Like, I'll give you guys a little bit of a demonstration of what you can do in iMessage. Keep in mind, I'm running iOS 13 on my phone right here, so there's going to be lots of differences. So in iMessage, there's a whole bunch of different things you can do with the conversation. You can go into stickers, you can create an emoji here, you can use an emoji, you can search up GIFs, you can use digital touch. You could do that. You can go to Bitmoji. You can add your Bitmoji in here. Like, say I want to do this, I add that. Voila. Cool. Go into Google Maps. You can set a Google Maps request on here. eBay. You could send eBay stickers. That's kind of cool. You can do iMessage games, which are really awesome. That's something you can't really do on Android unless you're using a third-party application. There's just a whole bunch of different cool things you can do, of course, with iMessage. On the Android side of things, on Android, you go to Messages, and you can just send texts. And you could add a picture. And you could do GIFs, and you can do similar things. However, there's no read receipts on Android. There is no offline messaging on here unless you use some other things. Basically, stock Android kind of just sucks for messages, which is kind of a bummer, but you know, oh well, that's why you have iPhones, duh. Some other weird things about Android that I don't like is that a lot of the apps seem a lot more buggier and slower on, of course, Android. I guess it's just some reason how some app developers just take forever. Like, look at Twitter. Twitter is just laggy and slow. It takes forever to scroll on things. It's just not a really easy custom. it's not a really fun experience to use Twitter on Android. A lot of apps are a lot more buggier on Android for some reason. They're slower. Everything just seems a lot more bloated on Android. There's a lot more ways to do a whole bunch of things on Android, which is kind of cool for some people. But for me, I just find that there's just way too much to set up on here and not enough ways to just get right into the phone and get using features. Like I had to freaking install a screen recorder on here, and that's something that comes standard on an iPhone. You know, there's just a lot of things that I just find really frustrating and kind of dumb about Android. Now, kind of getting to kind of the hardware features, the things that I liked about this particular phone. This phone has really, really good camera. There's a thing called Night Sight on here, which allows you to take photos in the dark, and it does its best to brighten up the image for you. That's a really, really cool feature that I feel like that can easily be brought over to the iPhone if they want it to try. However, this just took a lot better pictures in some cases. However, video was 10 billion times better on the iPhone than, of course, on here. This is a test of the Google Pixel Android quality on video. Just trying to get the whole view. Oh, there's my dog right there. Trying to look at me. Okay. And this, of course, is the iPhone quality, as you told before, because I filmed a lot of my videos on my channel with my phone. And I can already tell the iPhone's quality is just so much better. Look at that. Look at that. That's amazing. Alright, okay, that's it. Bye. Then again, there's about a 3-year difference between these phones, so I mean, obviously, this phone's gonna be better than this phone, but at the same time, I just found pictures and videos better on the iPhone, and this took semi-good pictures, but especially in the dark, which is kind of interesting. Final thoughts and opinions on this whole entire challenge is Android itself really isn't that bad. However, it is definitely not for me. I found that there's way too many compromises on here than I did find, of course, on the iPhone. Of course, I'm stuck in the Apple ecosystem, so a lot of things that I could do without, I kind of have to use because I love the Apple ecosystem so much. I just found that there really isn't another comparison to the Apple ecosystem. There's no way to get everything that Apple offers on some other platform without a lot of tweaks and everything. So that's one thing that bugged me a lot. And also Google itself, I don't really trust Google that much. I mean, I know YouTube's owned by Google, which is, I mean, oh well, big whoop. I just don't really like Google that much. I don't trust them as much as I probably should trust them. But, you know, they're a big company and they're going to spy on your information, they're going to control all your data, they're going to attack you, they know everything about you, and yeah, it's kind of freaky. It's a little bit freaky. In the end, I'm sticking with iPhone because I'm just way too invested in the Apple ecosystem. If Google were to offer things such as AirDrop, if they were to offer things such as an iMessage competitor and a FaceTime competitor natively on their devices, then maybe it'll entice me to switch, but as for right now, I think I'm pretty fine with using my iPhone instead of the Google Pixel. So anyways, that was my switching to Android challenge. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you like this video and you're not yet subscribed, hit that button down below, subscribe, and I will be making more videos coming very, very soon. This was an interesting challenge to do. I definitely opened my eyes a little bit to Android itself. I feel like Android isn't that bad of that. It's not that bad of a phone operating system. You know, I think that I could handle it. However, I just like iPhone so much. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you want to see me do more crazy shit like this, part of the video is very, very impromptu and rushed. However, I didn't want to sit through 2 hours of footage of me being really, really boring and kind of annoying at the same time. But see you guys in the next video. Peace out. Stay positive. Don't switch to Android. Do whatever you gotta do to survive. I don't know. I'm going to see. Alright, bye.